Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today I will revise with you the final first term revision for biology. According to what are the lessons included with you in this final exam, we will start from page 26. Okay, from page 26. Here we have lesson 1.9. What is the important or what are the important things in this lesson? All the lesson is important, but I have to make focus on some informations. Like what? Here, as you know, that living animals divided into two main groups, vertebrates and invertebrates. When I say vertebrates, I mean animals with backbone. When I say invertebrates, I mean animals without backbone. Okay, like here, some animals like you have bones. Scientists call these animals vertebrates, have bones, so they are vertebrates. Okay, when I want to divide this major category vertebrate, I will divide them into five groups. What are these five groups? We have fish, we have amphibian, we have mammals, reptiles, and birds. Okay, so it is important to know that vertebrates divided into five groups: fish, amphibian, mammals, reptiles, and birds. Okay, and what are the properties of each category? Okay, like here the book talks about amphibian live part of their life in water and part on land, like frog as example. Here reptiles have scales, but they are dry. They breathe air into their lungs like this. Okay, and here talked about fish. We live in water and take oxygen through their gills. Okay, the summary of all this lesson here talks about the mammals and the young of mammals fed on mother's milk, birds that body covered with feathers, they can fly, but as you know, not all birds can fly. Okay, like penguin cannot fly. Birds lays egg, not give birth like mammals. Okay, what is the summary? Sorry, what is the summary of this lesson? We have a very nice table in page 27, give us the five groups and the properties of each one plus example. A fish has scales, breathe through gills, lays egg like good. Amphibian, moist smooth skin. Take care, amphibian moist smooth, but reptiles dry scales skin. Okay, both of amphibians and reptiles lay egg. Example, amphibian frog. Amphibian live part of their life in water and other part on land. About reptiles, they lay egg also, but the shell of this egg is leathery shell. Birds have wings, lays egg, and so on. Okay, this is the first lesson, and the second one is 1.10. Talked about the second major category of animals, which is invertebrate. So when I talk about animals without bones, we call them invertebrates. These invertebrates divided into groups. I want to make focus on soft-bodied invertebrates. Soft-bodied invertebrates, you have to know examples for these soft-bodied invertebrates, like jellyfish, okay, like flat worm as planaria, like true worm like earthworm or segmented worm. So examples for invertebrate, soft-bodied invertebrate, jellyfish. Okay, also we have hydra, a flat worm like planaria, and true worm, which is segmented worm like earthworm. Okay, you have to know important thing that mollusks from the category soft-bodied invertebrates, but has أو have mollusks have hard shell over their body. Okay. Take care in الارثروبود don't have some things in common. الارثروبودز hard skeleton on outside of their body, jointed leg. Okay, so attention from the properties of arthropods that they have hard skeleton on the outside of their body and jointed legs. This table is very interesting table. Make a comparison between crustacean and crustacean, 2 pairs of antenna like crab, insects 3 pairs of legs, 1 or 2 pairs of wings like dragon fly. Spiders take care without antenna, no antenna. The spider no antenna, 4 pairs of legs. Example spider many legs, a long body divided into segments like centipede. Okay, so you have to know examples for soft-bodied invertebrates and this table. I'm still with you in page 30, lesson 2.1. So we talked about 1.9, 1.10, and now 2.1. In this lesson, it is important to know what which kind of food I can take from it, plenty amount or less amount. Like here, to stay healthy, we must not eat too much fat, sugar, salt. Okay, because too much fat make heart diseases, and sugar make diabetes, and salt rise blood pressure. So to stay healthy, we must not eat too much fat, sugar or salt. Okay, and here what you need to remember for each lesson is a summary of the lesson, so it's very important. Here again, to stay healthy, we should eat plenty of vitamins, minerals and fibers. Vitamins, minerals and fibers. Okay, but not too much fat, sugar and salt. This is the summary of this lesson and important information in this lesson. To stay healthy, we must not eat too much fat, sugar or salt, and to stay healthy, we should eat plenty of vitamins, minerals and fibers. Okay, like this. Go with me to lesson 2.2 in page 32. What is the important thing in this lesson? It is important to know that the most important muscle and the strongest muscle in your body is heart. Okay, because this heart work from from you born till the person died. Okay, so here take care that the most important muscle in your body is your heart. And also you have to know that during resting the heart beats is about 70 times a unit, 70 times a unit. During exercise it will be faster. Okay, it reached to twice 70, that's to say 140. So again, the strongest muscle in your body and the important muscle in your body is your heart. The heartbeat is 70 times a minute, per minute. During exercise it increases to 140 because he said here it will be twice. So it will be 140 to multiply 70. Okay, important to know that blood comes from your body and goes into the right side or right atrium. Right side or right atrium. Right side or right atrium. As you see here, the structure of your heart is divided longitudinally into right side and the left side. Consider a person stand in front of you. So this is the right side. It is opposite to your right. Okay, right atrium and the right side and left side. A right side divided into upper chamber, what we call it atrium, and lower chamber, what we call it ventricle. The wall of the ventricle is thicker than that of the atrium. And the left side also consists of left atrium and left ventricle, but the left ventricle wall is thicker than the right ventricle. Between each atrium between each atrium and ventricle, we have valve. And important expression, valve. This valve prevent passing the blood in opposite direction. So here, as I said to you, what you need to remember is the summary of your lesson. Here, your heart pumps blood to your lungs and to the rest of the body. To your lungs here to make gas exchange in the lung, okay? And here your heart pumps blood to your lungs and to the rest of the body, meaning left ventricle to the rest of the body through aorta. Important here, your heart has valves to stop the blood flowing the wrong way. So important to know that your heart is the most important muscle in your body. The heart beats 70 per minute during rest. If there is exercise, it will be twice, so it will be 140. The blood comes from all the body to your heart through the right side or right atrium, okay? And you have to know that your heart pumps the blood to the lung to make gas exchange and to all the part of the body. There are valves between, one valve between right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle to stop the blood flowing the wrong way. Okay, we reach to page 33. So we finished 1.9, 1.10, 2.1, 2.2, and now 2.3. Okay, in this lesson, it is very important to look to the pictures in your lesson. Here we talked about the blood vessels. We have three kinds of blood vessels: artery, vein, and blood capillary. Artery, vein, blood capillary. Important to know that arteries have thick, strong walls because blood is at high pressure after being pumped by the heart. When the heart pumps the blood, what we have to know about arteries? Arteries take the blood from heart to the body. يعني arteries take the blood from heart to the body. فالheart pumps the blood under high pressure. So I need artery with thick wall, strong wall, to be able to carry this blood in high pressure. Okay, because arteries take the blood from the heart. Yes, and the vein collects the blood from body to the heart, from all the body to the heart. So the blood will be under low pressure, okay, not high pressure. So the wall of the vein is less in thickness than the wall of the artery. Okay, so here vein wall are not very thick because the blood is at low pressure. Why the blood is at low pressure? Because all veins collected the blood from the body to the heart. Okay, and also you have to know that inside the vein we have valve. This valve to stop blood going the wrong way. Okay, so from the blood vessels we have arteries, we have veins, and the capillaries. Okay, take care from this information because information about capillaries repeated in more than 2 lessons. Okay, so I collect them with each other. Be careful with me please. That blood capillaries اللي هي the smallest blood vessels connect between arteries and veins, as you see here, and the thickness of the blood capillary, important. The thickness of blood capillary is just 1 cell thickness. 1 cell thickness. 1 cell thickness. Okay, so the wall of the capillary is very thin. Why very thin? To allow the exchange of gases between the capillary and the air sac in the lung alveoli. Air sac are alveoli. Okay, and the single word is alveolus. As you see here, the blood capillaries surround the organs and can give the organ or the cell of the body can give them glucose والoxygen and take away carbon dioxide and other waste products. Okay, you have to know that the number of heartbeat is 70 per minute, 70 per minute, and during exercise it will be twice, that's about 140. Again, I repeat in each time that what you need to remember is the summary of your lesson. Okay, blood circulates around your body from the heart to the arteries, because arteries carries the blood from the heart to all parts of the body, but the blood collected from all the body go to the heart through veins. Important. Okay, blood circulates around your body from the heart to the arteries, so the capillaries two capillaries to the veins and back to the heart. Blood carries substance such as glucose and oxygen to all cells of your body, because as you know and as we will see in next lessons that we have what we call cell respiration inside any cell, which is breakdown of glucose in the presence of oxygen to produce energy. Okay, I finished 1.9, 1.10, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, and now lesson 2.4. I am in page 36. I am in page 36. Okay, what are the important things here? You have to know that lungs and heart found inside a rib cage, which the function of this rib cage is protection. Okay, you have to know that the gas exchange system started from your nose, and this we have here what we call windpipe, which is trachea. You have to know that this trachea is cartilaginous material made of cartilage, and these cartilage are C-shaped cartilage. Okay, this is windpipe or trachea. C-shaped cartilage, because I said to you the esophagus passed behind this trachea, so this C-shape allow the esophagus to expand during passing of food in it. Okay, you have to know that between these ribs we have muscles, what we call intercostal muscle, and between the thorax and the abdominal cavity we have diaphragm. Which is sheath, and as you see here the shape of this diaphragm is dome shape like this. Okay, and help in breathing. Attention, the mechanism of breathing, we have breathe in and breathe out. Okay, when you breathe in there is contraction in intercostal muscle and diaphragm muscle. Contraction of intercostal muscle make the ribs move upward, and the contraction of diaphragm muscle make this diaphragm flat, so the thorax cavity increase in size and the pressure of the air inside it will be decreased, so the air come from high pressure outside the body to the thorax cavity. This breathe in, so during breathe in there is intercostal muscle contraction, there is diaphragm contraction, increase the thorax cavity, and the air go in the thorax cavity. The opposite happened during the breathe out. During breathe out there is relaxation for intercostal muscle, so the ribs go or move downward, and the diaphragm relax, so it return again to its dome shape. By this way there is a narrow space in thorax cavity, so the air move from inside the thorax cavity to outside. Okay, this mechanism in breathe in and breathe out very important. Okay, and here the amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide in breathe in and breathe out, of course different. In case of breathe in, the amount of oxygen more than the amount of carbon dioxide. يعني, as I said to you before, that the percentage of carbon dioxide in the air is 0.01%, so small. Okay, as I said to you, what you need to remember when you breathe you take أنا عملت فوكس في الحصة على الفرق بين breath و gas exchange و respiration, okay, and we will see them now إن شاء الله. So here you need when you breathe you take air in and out of your lungs. So breathing means take in and take out air to the lung, okay? We are now in page 38, lesson 2.5. I finished 1.9, 1.10, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, and now we are in 2.5. This lesson talks about asthma. And it is important to know what happened in this asthma, okay? Attention, people with asthma wheeze when the bronchioles to their lung become narrows, okay? As you know that the trachea or windpipe divided into two bronchi, the single word is bronchus, and each bronchi divided into bronchioles inside your lung, and this bronchiole end with air sac or alveoli, okay? People suffer from asthma or people with asthma wheeze when the bronchioles to their lung become narrower than normal, okay? This written also here, the bronchioles is narrower than normal. This makes you wheeze. Okay? And also here, to treat this case, we use inhaler and we put drug to make relaxation the muscle in the wall of the bronchioles, because the stenosis or the narrowing were in the wall of bronchioles, so we give drug make relaxation للmuscle around this bronchiole. Okay, important to know that asthma wheeze when bronchiole to the lungs become narrower. Okay. Also here you have this is repeated information about capillaries. Blood capillaries give oxygen to the cells, give glucose to the cells, and take carbon dioxide waste products from the cells. Okay. Here, important to know that our cells need more oxygen when we exercise or breathe faster. Okay, in your lungs, oxygen passes into your blood and carbon dioxide passes into the air. We call this gas exchange. Important يا بنات, important to know the difference between breathing, gas exchange, and respiration, as we will see here. I reached to page 39. We finished 38 and 39. And please go with me to page 54. Okay? Now I finished 1.9, 1.10, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5. Now go with me to page 54 because we have lesson 3.3. When I talked about this lesson, it is important to know what kind of food I can use to give energy. You have to know that carbohydrates, fats, our body use them to give energy. You have to know that protein and some fat, our body need them to make new cells and repair damaged cells. Okay, very important informations. So here we need carbohydrate fats to give us energy, because as you know that the balanced diet must contain carbohydrates, fats, proteins, fibers, vitamins and minerals, plus water, because water is essential for good circulation of the blood. So here fat, carbohydrate give energy أو بنسميهم الانرجي فود. مهم قوي إني أعرف إن البروتين والsome fat بنسميهم الجروث فود. They make new cells and repair damage. One, important. And also here you have to know that fiber is part of food that you cannot digest, but help the muscle of your intestine, something to push on and prevent constipation. Okay, you have to know that water is essential for good circulation, and you can take this water roughly as water as it is, or you can take it when you drink tea or coffee or eat fruits, because as you see here, the apple contain 5% only solid substance, and the remaining part is water, 95%. Okay, you have to know energy food اللي هي زي الكربوهيدرات found in where? Found in all things contain starch, like potato, like rice. Found in all things contain sugar, like cake, like sweets. الفات found in butter, oil, cheese, milk products, meat, like this. You have to know the gross food, which are protein and some fat, found in milk, fish, egg, yogurt, cheese, like this. Fibers, I can find a lot of fibers in vegetables and lentils. Okay, by this way I finished 3.3. Go to 3.4. In this lesson, it is very important to know this table very well. This table in page 57. This table talked about vitamin A, and it allows you to see during dim light, and the deficiency of this vitamin make blindness أو بيعمل night blindness. Also, I can connect the two questions with each other, that excess of vitamin A, as we will see now, will make losing of weight. So we have to take the suitable amount from these vitamins. Vitamin B help many of chemicals reaction in your body. ده الرول فيتامين B. أعرف إن فيتامين C importantly الgum healthy, make your gum healthy, and vitamin D make your bone and teeth strong. الايرون والكالسيوم دول minerals. الايرون للفورميشن او make red blood cells, والكالسيوم strong bone and teeth. Okay, important here to know that people get scurvy اللي هي due to deficiency of vitamin C. What are the symptoms? الsymptoms gum bleed, okay, وكمان lose of teeth, والmuscle get weak. Okay, important to know that scurvy is due to deficiency of vitamin C. Important, and this table is also important. Important to know where I can find this vitamin A. I can find vitamin A in fish. I can find vitamin A in milk and milk products. I can find vitamin A in vegetables, like this. Find vitamin A في liver. Okay, when I talk about vitamin D, I found the vitamin D في الفيش, وfound vitamin D في الegg, وfound vitamin D في liver, like this. Okay, and where I can find fibers في vegetables. Okay, where I can find the calcium في egg والmilk, and so on. So this table is important, and the food contain such things. What are these kinds of food is very important. Okay, I finished 3.4. Now I will go to C1.8. C1.8. I took page 56 and 57. Go with me to page 120. Page 120. Because we have C1.8, this lesson related to the lesson I started with, that animals divided into vertebrates and invertebrates. الvertebrates 5 categories. عامل هنا collection للvertebrates والinvertebrates in one lesson. الليسون موجود في page 120 and 121. هنا متكلم عن الvertebrates وال5 groups, الامفيبيان والبيردز والريبتايلز والفيش والماملز. اوكي, وهنا متكلم عن الانفرتبريتس وزي ما قلت لكم لازم اعرف examples for each one والpreparations for each one. التيبل اللي انا قلت لكم عليها في اول درس دي important، عامله لي comparison nice comparison between these vertebrates ال 5 groups. وهنا كمان في عندي table very important. This table talks about الفلات worm والtrue worm والmollusks والarthropod. Take care that mollusks are soft-bodied but with hard shell. Mollusks are soft-bodied with hard shell. Okay, you have to know examples for these things. Also, you have to know most kinds of animals do not have a backbone. They are invertebrates. They are invertebrates, and the mollusks are invertebrates but with hard shell. Okay, this lesson C1.8. Go with me to C2.3. So in page 136. Page 136 talks about the balanced food and make a summary here, very important summary, that the balanced food must contain carbohydrates, proteins, fibers, minerals, vitamins, and plenty of water. Okay, you have to know that carbohydrates and fats for energy, protein and some fat for growth and repair damaged cells, fiber to stop you getting constipated, vitamins or minerals. We talked about the importance of vitamins and minerals. Okay, where I can find these carbohydrates, as I said before, in anything containing starch or sugar like rice, potato, noodles and so on. الفاتس موجودة في الاويل والباتر والكريم والديري فودز. البروتين موجود في الفيش والبولتري واللينتلز والبيز والميت. الفايبرز found in lentils مهمة قوي and vegetables. Okay, what does it mean by staple food? This food contain large amount of carbohydrate. Large amount of carbohydrate. Everything we eat we call it diet, and to have a balanced diet you must eat carbohydrate, fat, protein, fiber, mineral and vitamins. It's important to know the deficiency of protein make a Kwashiorkor. This disease person suffer from it when there is not enough amount of protein in their diets. Okay, so here what are the symptoms? As you see, damage liver, make flatulence for the abdomen, weakness, and also the skin easily scratch like this. These are the symptoms of this disease: liver damage, illness, probably die before reach 5 years old. Okay, this lesson C2.3. Now C2.6, go with me to C2.6. C2.6, very important lesson. And I said to you when I revised with you in the class that take care. I want from you to know these informations. And question 3, important, and what you need to remember, very important. Okay, in muscles, oxygen and glucose pass out the blood and into the cells. The cells break down glucose using oxygen to release energy. We call this respiration. A waste product called carbon dioxide is produced. Blood carries this to the lungs where it breathed out. Important, these 3 black words or expressions: respiration, transport, exchange. Okay, السمري موجود هنا. You breathe when I say in and out of your lung. When I talk about air in and out of your lung, so this is breathing. When I say that the gases, oxygen, carbon dioxide in the lung carried by blood, this is what we call exchange, gas exchange. When I talk about the transportation, the blood transport glucose, oxygen to the cells and take or carry away carbon dioxide and waste products. Cells break down glucose to release energy is respiration. Very, 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 very important. Okay, because as I explained to you in the class, it's a base for complete chapter. You will take it in grade 8 inshallah. So respiration, breakdown of glucose in the presence of enough amount of oxygen to release energy, and this done in all cells inside your body. Cell respiration, transport, your blood transports oxygen and glucose to your muscles and carries carbon dioxide. Gas exchange done inside the lung. In which part of the lung? In the alveoli, in the air sac. Okay, you have to know here during exercise all things increase. Respiratory rate increase, heartbeat increase. Why? Because the muscle do hard work, so the muscle need a lot of energy. To take this energy, we have to increase the rate of breathing to bring more oxygen to the cells, which will carry this oxygen in blood. So the heartbeat also increase to give more blood supply to your body and the cells. Okay, and when the glucose oxygen reach to the cells make cell respiration and release energy what your muscle need. Don't forget that passing of blood or increase blood circulation make to some extent rise in temperature. So page 143, very important page. I finished 2.6, now see 2.6, now see 2.7. In this lesson, repeat again, talking about capillaries and the passing of the blood, which the blood collected and pour in the right atrium. Will heart pumps blood around your body, pumps blood to the lungs. Will capillary carry oxygen, will carry glucose. Will capillary one cell thickness. It is important to know that exercise is very important to training لكل المسل of our body. You have to know that swimming don't make load or less stress on your joints. Very important, okay? Because the water will carry the body of the swimmer, and here cycling is good for leg strength. Like this, the summary here, what you need to remember is important and repeated more and more again. Your heart pumps blood around your body. Blood carries oxygen and glucose to the cells. Take away carbon dioxide and other wastes. Other wastes تعرفي بعد كده like مثلا urea. Okay, so I finished C2.7. Go to C2.12. C2.12. Okay, in C2.12 you have to know what is the meaning of this abbreviation. RDA, recommended daily allowance. RDA, recommended daily allowance. What is the suitable amount you have to take from vitamins and minerals every day? And you have to not decrease this amount and not increase this amount. And here it is very important to know that increasing vitamins or minerals can make poison or can act as a poison for your body. Okay, so here important to know that too much vitamin D over a period of month, يعني over the recommended daily allowance. Please memorize what is the meaning of RDA. Too much vitamin D make damage your kidney and blood vessels. Too much vitamin A make weight loss and irritability, crack the skin and weakened bones. Okay, important. As I said to you, I can collect the two questions with each other. The vitamin D essential for strong bones, strong teeth, but excess of vitamin D more than the RDA, the recommended daily allowance, will make damage your kidney and blood vessels. Vitamin A is essential to see in dim light, but the increased amount of vitamin A more than RDA recommended daily allowance make lose weight and irritability weakened bone. Okay, I finished C2.12. C2.14. C2.14, you have to know that some people's born athletes. How? Because they have the ability to take oxygen and use it faster than other people. I can ask you here about this information, true or false. Take care that these peoples can use oxygen and take oxygen faster than normal peoples. Okay, than normal peoples. And what about the breathing equation? خلي بالك هنا equation respiration equation. Respiration equation احنا قلنا ايه هو الريسبيريشن؟ هو break down للجلوكوز in the presence of oxygen to release energy. الايكويشن دي very important اسمها الايكويشن for respiration. Glucose plus oxygen to produce carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Important to me to know energy like this. Also, we have lesson C2.15. This C2.15 important to know. Here, your lungs are organ that carry out gas exchange, and we understand what does it mean by gas exchange. رجع اتكلم تاني عن الاير ساك او الالفيولاي وان هي surrounded ببلاد كابيلاري وان ليها large surface area. وقلت لكم ان الالفيولاي في our lungs في التو lungs about 700 مليون الفيولاي. اوكي، وبيعملوا لي surface area حوالي 60 متر سكوير، يعني حاجه كده زي ملعب تنس مثلا. اوكي، سبحان الله. So here الجاز exchange occurs or done in air sacs in the alveoli. الاير sac in contact مع الكابيلاري there is no distance between them, so the diffusion، اعرفي الكلمة، the diffusion of gases during gas exchange will be easy. Important to know that your small intestine lined with, which is a part of your digestive system, lined with finger-like structure, we call them villi. We call them villi. And this villi is surrounded by huge number of blood capillary. To be able، احنا عمالين نقول ان blood capillaries carry oxygen and glucose. الجلوكوز is the end product of the digestion للcarbohydrate. This glucose will be absorbed from the small intestine through villi. الvilli finger-like structure موجودة في wall of small intestine وكمان surrounded by large amount of capillaries and allow taking the glucose to this capillary and blood capillaries take it to the blood take it to the other organs. اوكي، بعد كده last lesson اللي هو C2.16. في C2.16 عامل فوكس على البلاد كابيلاري والوول اوف بلاد كابيلاري وان هي very thin وان بيحصل هنا ان البلاد كابيلاري كاري اوكسجين وكاري جلوكوز وبتوديهم الى البادي cells to make cell respiration and take the waste products. السمري موجود هنا. Substances pass between the blood and the tissues through capillaries wall. They diffuse مهم الكلمة. They diffuse in and out easily because capillary wall are only one cell thickness. Okay, when I talked about capillary from the first lessons, I said to you this information is important. Cell wall capillary is just one cell thickness. By this way, I finished with you these lessons. 1.9, 1.10, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, 3.3, 3.4, C1.8, C2.3, C2.6, C2.7, C2.12, C2.14, C2.15, C2.16. The pages for these lessons from 26 till 39, page 54 to 57, page 120, 121, page 136, 137, from 142 to 145 and 152, then from 154 to 156. Best wishes. You are excellent students, and I want from you to study well, be concentrated, be calm when you answer your questions. You are excellent, and inshallah you will get full mark, all of you. Best wishes. I want to say to you, Allah يوفقكم ويفتح عليكم فتوح العارفين. Thank you. Best wishes.